Sarah stands in front of a makeshift altar she has arranged within the quiet room, her heart pounding as she carefully places white candles symbolizing light and purity around the small table. Each candle flickers gently despite the stillness of the attic air. She picks up a quill pen from a nearby desk, its nib dipping into an inkwell filled with dark liquid that seems almost too black to be real. With trembling hands, Sarah writes "Truth" on a piece of parchment, each letter deliberate and heavy with significance. She holds the note close for a moment before setting it gently beside one of the candles. "Tonight," she whispers aloud, "I break free from the past." Her voice trembles slightly, but there is an underlying strength in her tone that cannot be ignored. Sarah takes another deep breath and reads once more what she has written. "Truth releasing myself and Ashwood Manor from our dark legacy." With tears forming in her eyes, Sarah carefully arranges small pouches made of fine cloth next to the candles. She places each candle into one pouch, along with a note that says "Freedom," sealing them shut with intricate knots, symbolizing protection. The darkness outside begins to fall as night settles over Ashwood Manor and its sprawling grounds. Stars twinkle faintly in the sky above, casting silver light through small cracks between boarded windows of the quiet room attic. Sarah steps out onto a narrow balcony that overlooks much of the estate below moonlight, reflecting off dew-covered grass, creating an ethereal glow. Raising her voice to be heard over any lingering whispers from within, she begins an incantation under the starlit sky. "By light and truth, I cast away shadows and lies." Her words seem to resonate through every corner of the quiet room. Sarah feels a shiver run down her spine as if some unseen force is listening intently. "Let us begin anew," she declares with more conviction than before. "From this night forward, Ashwood Manor shall know peace." As she continues reciting the incantation, each word lifts another layer of centuries-old burden from Sarah's shoulders and the manor itself. The wind picks up slightly, carrying her words across distant fields into an eerie silence that only serves to emphasize their power. Sarah closes her eyes briefly, allowing herself a momentary glimpse back at all she has endured. Years spent under the shadowy grip of Ashwood traditions, secrets hidden in dusty attics and dark corners. But now there is no going back. This night marks not just an end, but also a beginning, with one final sweep of incense smoke wafting through the quiet room's air currents. Sarah steps away from her makeshift altar feeling lighter than she has in years. She knows full well that what lies ahead will still be fraught with challenges and uncertainties. Yet for the first time since inheriting Ashwood Manor after her father's death, hope flickers brightly within her heart. The weight of centuries seems to lift slightly as dawn approaches. A new chapter awaits beyond this momentous ritual under starlit skies. As Sarah exits the quiet room and moves through Ashwood Manor's dimly lit corridors, her footsteps echo like whispers from another era. Each creak of floorboards beneath her shoes speaks volumes about forgotten stories waiting to be uncovered. Outside, dawn paints the world in soft hues, but inside, Ashwood Manor remains shrouded in shadows and secrets. Sarah pauses at a cracked mirror hanging crookedly on one wall. Her reflection stares back with eyes wide yet resolute, a ghost of herself, from days when doubt reigned supreme. The image seems to shift slightly, as if trying to convey messages through its fractured surface, urging her forward despite the lingering fear that still clings like cobwebs. She heads towards the north wing, where the family archives are kept, rooms filled with old documents and photographs wrapped in protective plastic sleeves, their edges yellowing from decades of neglect. Here, amidst piles of dust-covered volumes and forgotten letters written in elegant script, Sarah hopes to find clues about her ancestors' dealings with the quiet room. A small box catches her eye near the bottom shelf, a faded, leather-bound journal inscribed with names she recognizes. Generations of Ashwoods whose lives were intertwined with strange practices passed down through bloodlines. As she flips open its brittle pages, a musty smell tickles her nose, an olfactory reminder that some truths can never be fully erased by time. The entries speak cryptically about rituals conducted in secret chambers beneath the manor grounds, sacrifices made to appease unknown entities and maintain their family's twisted legacy. Each word deepens Sarah's understanding of how far back this curse extends, tracing a lineage poisoned by fear and deception spanning centuries. Determined not to let history repeat itself, she ventures down into Ashwood Manor's cellar where the air grows colder with each step taken deeper underground. Here, torches flicker against stone walls adorned with ancient symbols carved from obsidian portals leading beyond realms of human understanding or control. With trembling hands, Sarah traces one such symbol etched deeply into rock near an iron door sealed shut by rusted locks and chains long since corroded away. In that moment, she feels a sudden chill seeping through her bones. The air thickens as if holding breath, waiting for something to emerge from darkness, encroaching around edges of light, drawing strength from within herself rather than looking back at shadows behind her. Sarah reaches out with both hands and pulls open the hidden entrance, revealing steps leading further below ground into bowels where nightmares slumber. Every sense is heightened here, every whisper carries significance. Every shadow holds potential for unseen horrors lurking just beyond reach of torch flame. Descending cautiously but steadily down narrow stairs, spiraling ever downward, she comes face to face with remnants left behind from ritual ceremonies past. Blood-stained cloths hanging limp over rusty nails hammered into walls long ago by generations before her. The atmosphere grows oppressive as Sarah ventures deeper underground, a tangible weight pressing down on shoulders and chest, making breathing difficult. Emerging finally onto a vast cavern hollowed out beneath Earth itself, she stands amidst ruins of what must once have been elaborate sacrificial altars constructed specifically for summoning forces beyond human comprehension or control. Litter scattered across floor tells stories in fragmented remnants, bones bleached white by time yet still radiating malevolence. Rusted metal implements twisted into grotesque shapes suggesting unspeakable acts committed here long ago. In this place where light barely penetrates surface above, Sarah feels eyes watching her from every corner, the legacy of ancestors peering out through gaps in stone, waiting for chance to reclaim their heir. Yet there's also something else lurking below the surface, an entity that thrives on pain and suffering left behind by those who sought power at any cost. Despite growing dread pulsing through veins, Sarah presses onward, knowing full well what lies ahead requires facing not just external threats, but internal demons too breaking free from cycle, perpetuated since dawn of Ashwood history. Each step brings closer to breaking chains, binding her spirit, and perhaps freeing something far more ancient and terrifying in process. As she ventures deeper into the heart of darkness, Sarah's resolve hardens alongside shadows stretching out before her, like phantoms reaching toward light, but never quite grasping it fully, a testament to struggle against forces seeking subjugation. Her journey continues not just as act of defiance towards family legacy, but also search for truth, buried beneath layers of secrecy and deceit towards understanding, why she must break free from chains binding spirit, if ever hope returning peace Ashwood Manor once knew before curse took hold generations ago. With each breath growing colder, Sarah treads carefully across treacherous ground towards center, where darkness seems most intense. Here stands a single flickering torch casting long shadows around stone altar adorned with symbols, eerily similar ones carved into walls above ground, a final barrier, separating her from truth hidden beneath the surface of Ashwood Manor's haunted history. Drawing in one last deep breath, Sarah steps forward and extinguishes that lone flame sealing fate for both herself and whatever lies waiting within depths unknown.